Hey everybody, it's JP again, and it's been a beautiful day today. And today, so we going to do something I decided because of the nice weather, a Greek meze, which is a lot of little Greek dishes and sort of my way of doing the dishes themselves. Okay, so we're going to look through the ingredients. There's quite a lot today, and we're going to need quite a lot of dishes for the oven and as well to serve and to prepare. So get everything out of your kitchen, all your bowls, pans and everything, and then we can start. First thing we're going to do then is actually put the oven on maximum. So 200 degrees, 220 degrees maximum. And we're going to go through the ingredients straight away. So we've got some mushrooms, we've got some tomatoes, we've got some garlic, some spring onions, we've got some root vegetables, which are pre-cut. We've got some lamb cubes, pieces, and some beef pieces. We've got some chicken. We've got some asparagus, small asparagus tips, some potatoes, some lemons, an avocado, a red pepper. I've got some pine kernel, pine seeds. Okay, and we've got the usual salt, olive oil, salt, and black pepper. Okay, now for this dish as well, we're going to use some chili powder and my old favorite, the paprika. Okay, so let's start. What we're going to do is prepare everything to begin with. Then we're going to start cooking after because it's quite a lot to do. So we're going to start with the potatoes. Okay, because it will take the kind of longer to go. I've got a new knife because my lovely ceramic knife broke yesterday, so I'm having to use a normal knife now. So we cut the potatoes in small slices, not too thick. You keep the skin on. Okay, so I've got about 8 potatoes here. Now this is for 2 people. It's quite a lot of food, but it's typical, as I said, Greek way of doing it. So you cut your potatoes in small slices, like so. That's it. It has been a beautiful day today. You can see the spring is coming. All the trees have got little green leaves coming out, which is really nice. I can't believe it's only 3 months ago it was Christmas. It's crazy, it really is. And I was expecting a few more snow actually before the spring arrived, but no, which is really good. So that's our potatoes nearly done. So there's a lot of preparation and a lot of cooking going on for this one. So we will take a small break when everything's going to be on the way. So here we go. So that's our potatoes. So you take a non-stick pan. I've got a non-stick one, but no one pan will do. A little bit of olive oil. Okay. Put them in there. A bit of salt everywhere. Give a good stir. So the oil goes everywhere, and then put it on the stove on full heat straight away. So that's the potatoes done. Now next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our mushrooms. So I've got another pan for this, a saucepan, and we're going to do our mushrooms. So for the mushroom, just do, just cut them in small pieces like that, not too small, but so I've cut the mushroom in 3 kind of thing. There we go. So the mushrooms, you want probably quite a lot because they do reduce as you cook them. Okay, now the spring onions, I've got quite a lot of spring onions. I've got 2 batches of spring onions. So let's carry on with our mushrooms. We've got a few. There we go. So the potatoes are cooking nicely. Okay, let's put in the potatoes now. We're going to put the pine kernel, the pine seed inside, like so. Lovely. Okay, so I think we're nearly done with the mushrooms. There we go. That's enough mushrooms for now. So for the mushrooms, we're going to do is we're going to take some spring onions. I'm just going to wash them because they look a bit dirty. Okay, we're doing very well on time as usual. So cut the end of the spring onions. Okay. Okay, and then we take some spring onions, just small slices, like that. Okay, so that's some of the spring onion. We're going to use some again for something else. So, spring onions with the mushroom. You take 1 lemon, put lemon juice inside. As a little trick, you put it on, above your hand to stop all the seeds going into in there. So you sort of hold on to the seed. There we go. So that's one part of the lemon. The seed there, and the other side. And be careful with your potatoes and the seeds because they do burn fairly quickly, and we don't want them to be burned. Okay, so that's 1 lemon in there. Plenty of black pepper. Okay, bit of salt, the usual amount, and then we put some water. For the water, you just want to cover the mushrooms. Okay, I think my potatoes are ready to go in the oven. So you put, there we go, this is the mushrooms and the lemon and the spring onions. You put it on full heat to actually cook. Right, what we're going to do now is take our potatoes, which have been nicely roasted, with the pine kernels, and we're going to put them in a dish, and they're going to go in the oven. There we go, in a minute. Not yet, but in a minute. Okay, so there's potatoes there. Right, what we're going to do next is we're going to do our avocado. So you cut your avocado in half. There we go. A trick to take the seed off. You just, oh, actually, it comes off very quickly, so that's perfect. Okay. Now, for the avocado, all you need to do is to just take a little bit more in the middle. Okay, and you eat it, like so. Okay. And you cut some few more spring onions. Very small ones for this one. Okay. And you put a spring onion in the avocado, like that. Okay. And we're going to take a bit of lemon juice again, and you can put it on the top of the avocado, and I will stop it getting black. There we go. And then you put them on a plate for later. We will just add the last little bit of lemon just before we serve. Okay, one more thing to do, which is our asparagus and root vegetables. So very simple, same again, asparagus in there, a bit of salt, black pepper, okay. Now the root vegetable, we're not going to use it all, we just take half, not even half a bag. Okay, so like so, and then you can use the rest for soup for the day after, or just put them in the freezer and they will keep for a few days, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so that's our vegetable and asparagus. Lemon juice again. Okay. So there There we go. Our lemon juice in there. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit of paprika, so just a sort of half a spoon of paprika. So, and then we put it through, we put some water in and put it on the stove to cook. I'm going to swap those two around. There we go. So, we got our vegetable, our mushrooms are cooking as well. So it's going to take about a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes to cook. So we're just going to finish our last bit, which are so we take our wooden sticks, barbecue sticks, and we're going to do a little brochettes. So you cut the pepper in half, and you take the green bit. Now this is red one, you can have a yellow one or a green one. This makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. So we're going to do 3 little brochettes. So you cut in small pieces, not too small. So as you see, like that, and a half. Okay. And half. Okay. Now don't forget, you can actually do this for barbecue as well. So as the weather is getting nicer, you can actually do the same thing for barbecue, no problem whatsoever. So we got those here, and what we're going to do, I'm just going to do my tomatoes as well. So small pieces like that, half. Okay. Then you're going to take the spring onions. Those I can use probably one more bit on this one. There we go. And I cut the other one if I need to. Now I've got a bit of garlic, so I'm just going to take a couple of cloves of garlic. Okay. Now the garlic is not essential. I just like the garlic myself. Roasted garlic, but as I say, it's not essential. If you don't really like garlic, don't put it. Technically, with that dish, you can just put any vegetables you really like. This is my choice of vegetables, but okay. So that's 2 pieces of garlic. I'm going to do one more. Okay, that's 3 pieces of garlic, and I think we are ready to do a first brochette. Now, because I'm going to cook them in a pan to begin with, you want to make sure that the stick is actually not longer than the middle of the pan, so you can actually use them inside. So I'm just going to cut them the right size. So that's one, and you use this one as a template for all the other. Now, if you want to use scissors for that, just be careful not to cut yourself. Essential. I don't want people to email me that they heard them still cooking with me. Those are a bit tricky. There we go. That's our sticks done. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start with the beef. So you take your beef, you take 1 piece of beef, 1 piece of pepper. I'm just going to cut the onions in half again. Okay, onion, tomatoes, and half a garlic. Okay, then you start again, another piece of beef, a piece of pepper, and spring onion. That's one. So you can do some of those, as many as you want, obviously. I'm just going to check on my vegetable. Yeah, it's cooking nicely. I'm just going to do something. I'm just going to change my pan, because I keep using that pan. But it's actually damaged. It's not cooking properly. So sorry about that. I'm just going to swap it over. That's better. You see it's actually damaged, so the heat doesn't transfer properly. That should be better now. Okay, so that's one of them. So I'm just going to do a couple of more beef. Then we've got the lamb and the chicken. So the garlic, a bit of beef again, pepper, tomatoes. So you can put as much as you want, obviously. Okay, I'm just going to reduce the vegetables so they cook slowly. Reduce to half. When the mushroom boils, you just do the same thing. So the beef. Now for the beef, if you got some beef left, don't worry about it again. You can put it in the freezer or use it the day after for a lunch salad or something like that. Okay, a bit of garlic, a bit of tomatoes, and a bit of beef. Okay, that's my beef done. I'm going to do something with the lamb. So, piece of lamb, that's it. Piece of lamb. I quite like the lamb, so I put more lamb for myself. I'm actually going to cut the tomatoes in half for this one because the pieces are a bit smaller than the beef. Spring onion. Then another piece of pepper and a piece of lamb. There we go. So that's, I've got 3. I'm going to do 3 of the lamb as well. Then 3 of the chicken. So it's quite a nice meal. It's quite big, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Bit of lamb. Okay, one more lamb. Now if you do barbecue, just use the same method to do barbecue sticks. You can actually buy them already made in the shops, but if you actually look at the cost of making them, they are so cheap to do. If you do it yourself, then just buy, instead of buying. Okay, that's 3 lamb. And I'm just going to do the chicken one as well. So for the chicken, take 1 breast of chicken, cut it in small pieces. So I'm just going to turn it into 2 and small. There we go. So 1 breast of chicken will do. Again, you know, there's no waste. Just put it in the freezer if you're not going to use it. I'm just going to turn the mushrooms down now. Cook nicely. So yes, don't throw it in a bin. Just use it. Put it in the freezer if you're not going to use it straight away. Otherwise, just use it whenever you can for another dish. Okay. That's the chicken. Now for the veggies up there, you don't have to use meat. You can just do vegetables. Just use aubergines or something similar. As you all know, all my recipe can be done with vegetables as well, so it's not a problem at all. Okay, so that's the chicken one, and I'm going to do my last chicken. Nice if I, yeah, there we go. Oh, just got more or less enough. Chicken, tomato, and there we go. And I'm going to finish with a nice piece of garlic right at the end. So we got our brochettes, which are ready here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put some black pepper. Put them here so you can see. So plenty of black pepper, plenty of salt. Okay, and we take some chili powder. Now not too much. We don't want it too spicy, but chili powder, just sprinkle on the top of the meat. So not too much, but enough to cover, give it a taste. Okay, so I think we're ready. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to fry our brochettes and then we're going to put them in the oven to finish cooking. So everything is going well. The mushrooms are going well on the way. As far as the vegetables, oh, the mushrooms smell absolutely lovely. Okay, and I'm just going to put the brochettes in the pan like so. So put all of them together on full heat. There we go. So also brochette in the pan. I'm just going to clear up a little bit so until the brochettes are ready. Make sure you clean your board properly again. It's not an obsession, but you just use raw meat on the board. So make sure you use antibacterials or give it a good wash, like so. So just going to put everything away. I'm going to have a nice glass of wine tonight. I'm going to have a nice glass of Chardonnay from Australia, South Africa. I keep saying Australia, I don't know why. So, we are ready to carry on with the brochettes. Just turn them around so you get a nice color on as many sides as you can. Full heat. The vegetables are cooking nicely. Make sure you reduce because you don't want them to cook too quickly, otherwise they will get very tough. It's going to take another, I said, 20 minutes to get everything ready. So look at that. Okay. Makes me cough. Now you take your oven tray. Now I've had mine in the oven already. So you don't have to, just normal tray, oven tray. And at that point, just put the brochette now. They've all got a bit of colour. We're going to put them in the oven for 20 minutes. Okay, so there we go. So in the oven for 20 minutes, and we're going to reduce the heat on the oven to 200. So 200 in the oven. We've got our vegetables and asparagus cooking. We've got our mushrooms cooking, and we're going to put our potatoes in the oven as well, straight away, so they can cook. Now it's going to say, I say, let's pause for 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes should do. Leave the vegetables on medium heat, not too much. We don't want them to cook too quickly. And 20 minutes for the meat and the potatoes in the oven. So press pause, have a glass of wine, and we'll see you in 20 minutes. Right, it's been 20 minutes and everything is ready. So our mushrooms are ready and our vegetables. We're going to switch them off. So what we're going to do is take some bowls, like so. Okay, so we're going to drain the mushrooms. Okay, they've been drained, and put them in one of the bowls, like so. Okay. So we got our mushroom there. We do the same thing with vegetables. The brewed vegetables and the asparagus. Lovely. So that's our vegetables and our mushrooms. We're going to take the meat out. She's ready as well. Oh, lovely. Okay. So you take your plate. Okay, I'm going to put them in here so they don't burn. So you take a couple of, so one lamb, one beef, like that. So you can serve again more after if you wish. We're going to put our potatoes in, which are looking absolutely lovely. Okay, so a bit of potatoes in a plate with the pine nuts, like that. So as it is in Greek, it's a bit of a mix of cold and warm and hot. So we've got our potatoes there. And then you take your avocado. Okay, and then you put lemon juice in the middle of the avocado with these spring onions, and then you put a little bit of black pepper, like so, and you put it in a plate. Then you serve obviously with the vegetables on a table so people can just help themselves to whatever they'd like to have. Okay, so this is our Greek meze, which I love. You're going to love it as well. It's really, really tasty. So I hope you enjoy your food tonight. It's been a delight and a pleasure cooking with you tonight. And I shall see you tomorrow for a new dish with dinner with JP. Take care.